Hi guys, it's me again Ben and welcome back to my channel. Nox! Vlogger na talaga yung datingan natin. Lumevel up na tayo parang version 2.0. Anyway, dun sa previous vlog natin, diba, I've given you 5 tips on how to effectively and disciplinedly save your money. So as a recap, number 1 is you start early. Number 2, separate wants from your needs. Number 3, do not bite more than what you cannot chew. Number 4 is to put it in a bank, put it in PBCOM. And number 5 is to invest. For this vlog, mag-focus tayo dun sa number 5, which is invest. So having said that, more or less medyo may idea na kayo kung ano yung content ng video natin ngayon. Later on, I'll be giving you basic concepts about investing and investments. Tapos medyo mag-touch tayo and mag-highlight tayo dun sa UITF or the Unit Investment Trust Funds. And hopefully, this video might be able to answer your basic simple questions about investing and investments. And sana rin kahit papano, we can suggest to you kung ano yung perfect na investment for you. So to start with, allow me to throw these 2 questions that I often ask my clients in the branch. So question number 1 is, why should I invest or why should I want to invest? And question number 2 is, why should I not invest or why should I not want to invest? So for question number 1, we would mostly like to hear answers like, kasi gusto kong mapalago yung pera ko, kasi gusto kong makaipon because I wanted to buy a new car, a new condo, or a new townhouse. Meron din naman would answer na they'd like to set aside money for their children's studies, and meron din naman would like to save lang for future's emergencies. Now, all of these answers are end product of our ultimate goal. So, safe to say that we wanted to invest because we wanted to grow our money. Now, for question number 2 naman, why should I not invest or why should I not want to invest? Dito sa question na to, medyo natatagalan tayong sumagot. Kasi I believe that everybody naman, given the chance, would like to invest. And I think it's fair enough to say naman that we by human nature are investors in our own rights. But on a serious note, we will hear answers like, because I do not have that large amount of money for investment, or some would also answer because I do not know where to invest. And most naman would answer that they are afraid to take the risks. Now, they are all valid naman, but I just wanted to stress out that all investments involve a certain degree of risk or a certain degree of uncertainty of potential financial loss which is inherent to the investment decision itself. So to help you further, here are some factors to consider before investing. Let's just make it simple. I'll just give you 3. So number 1 is your capital. Number 2 is your time horizon. And number 3 is your risk appetite. Number 1, capital or principal, or simply the amount of money you have for investment. This is very important for you to know how much you have for investment so that you may be able to choose the perfect investment which will suit your capital, because mostly investments in the market nowadays requires bigger capital for you to have higher rates. Number 2, time horizon or the term of the investment. It is also wise to check on your preferred term so as to have an idea of how long are you willing to park your funds for a certain investment, whether it be for short term only or yung mga investments which will last for a month to a year only, medium term na naglalast naman ng 1 to 3 years, or long term which will last for 3 to 5 years or more. Number 3, risk appetite or risk tolerance, or in simple words, the level of risk that you are willing and prepared to accept. Now, this is the battle between the maximum potential growth or returns that your investment may be able to reach versus the threats and dangers of financial loss that it may suffer. This is categorized into 3. You may be a conservative investor, or the safe zone investors, or the ones who are tolerant to a very minimum amount of risk only. Moderate investors, or the investors who are willing to take a certain degree of risk, well, not too much but not too minimal, or the aggressive investors, or the ones that can tolerate maximum risk in the hopes of achieving maximum returns as well. Considering these factors that I've mentioned earlier, here in PBCOM, we have a lot of investment instruments to choose from, starting from time deposit, repo, treasury bills, corporate bonds, government securities, and the UITF. So at this point, allow me to highlight the UITF or the Unit Investment Trust Fund. UITF is an open-ended pooled trust fund operated by a trust entity managed by professional fund managers and made available to trust clients by participation. So ibig sabihin yan, if you do not have enough knowledge or confidence for stocks or bonds and you just wanted to get your feet wet and aim to maximize the potential of your savings, this is the perfect investment for you as you let the expert manage your investments through securities, bonds, or equities. Here in PBCOM, we have three different UITF products to choose from. We have the PBCOM Money Market Fund, PBCOM Best Balance Fund, and PBCOM Value Equity Fund. PBCOM Money Market Fund is the one for you if you are conservative and is just looking to preserve your capital and generate income from low-risk investments and just looking to beat the bank's savings rate. With a minimum of 5,000 pesos only, you can now enjoy the perks of investing in PBCOM Money Market Fund. So the PBCOM Best Balance Fund naman is designed to spread your investments across both stocks and bonds. So typically, the portfolios consist of 40 to 60% stocks and a portfolio of short-term fixed income securities and deposits. So minimum placement naman for this one is 10,000 pesos only. So the PBCOM Value Equity Fund naman is the one for the aggressive one seeking for higher returns. This is invested in at least 80% of stocks. So in this type of investment, the investor must withstand the drastic swing of whether upward for possible gains or downward for potential losses of the investments. Ang minimum placement naman natin dito is 5,000 pesos only lang din. But then again, you should know that UITF products are not deposit accounts and are not insured by PDIC. However, trust assets are separate from bank assets. Ibig sabihin, if something happens to the bank, the trust assets of the client remains intact in its portfolio and may be sold, withdrawn, or transferred to the successor trustee bank at its market value. Another thing is that yields are not guaranteed. UITFs are valued at market prices and therefore the yields may change upward or downward depending on the daily price movement. The NAV or the net asset value per unit determines the face value of the investment and hence historical performance of the fund is for reference only and are not guaranteed of similar future results. One final reminder siguro will be all income or losses are for the account of the investor. As I've mentioned earlier, all investments have their inherent risk. And as the saying goes, the higher the risk, the higher the possible returns. But of course, on a positive note naman, this is a perfect opportunity for investors to become responsible naman din in managing their own risk by wisely choosing the appropriate investment which will suit their risk appetite. Sabi ko nga, we bankers are always here naman to suggest possible investments that you feel comfortable investing in. But at the end of the day, as an investor, you have the final say whether you are comfortable investing in it or not. So ayun nga, so thank you for staying and listening. And for a more detailed presentation about UITF and the different investments, please feel free to visit the PBCOM's official website. Once again, thank you so much for listening and staying, and allow me to end this vlog by quoting Benjamin Graham. So ang sabi niya is, successful investing is about managing risk and not avoiding it. Until next vlog.